Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it?
There he goes, right side. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr.,
72 yards.
And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Will Harris. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they have their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Steps away to his left.
He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Austin Eckler
with career touchdown number 70.
And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They're going to try and run.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
19 tight.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
189 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Throwing is Williams.
Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Go!
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Being chased out left. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Here we go. Check go.
The drive will start with an option going left. Williams loses the football. And this is picked up by the defense.
So after that sequence, if we're watching both teams' defenses, didn't it feel like a revolving door? One's on, they think they're off for a while. The other has to come on, they think they're on for a while. Then they're off. Here comes the other one. Just kept turning the ball over. They've got to cut that out.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you it's not very good.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts,
as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Trap 60, trap. Let's go now.
To throw, Williams.
Touchdown, Bears! A great play there, with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, and delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3 score.
Fighting through it. He's got space.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
60 Bison. Let's go.
Play action. Now it's Daniels.
Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll look to throw again.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He'll fire deep, looking for more.
And this one is incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Come on, set. Cowboy 80. Ready.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Ready. Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
On the set. Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Williams now. A final shot before break. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Jalen Johnson blitzing from the secondary and picking up the sack. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 8.
112 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Robinson is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Ready.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Daniels going to throw for it.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Bears will get the football back.
Set.
Throwing to start the drive, Williams. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now a give, right side, Swift. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Rome Odunze. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears take a 3-touchdown lead. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Johnson jostles free. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here we go.
Robinson up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
79 Bronco. 19 Lion. Hut, hut.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And I think the ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football Craddock one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Deebo Samuel, 33 yards.
And the Commanders are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
Rolling to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Check go.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete.
Down the right sideline, DJ Moore.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, 87 yards.
And the Bears are able to add on to that lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
There he goes, right side.
Still going.
Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 62 yards.
And the Commanders get a bit closer.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
He'll get this into the hands of Odunze.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Looking to throw is Williams.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll go play action here with Williams.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Dorrance Armstrong just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now 3rd down and very long.
Here we go.
To the air, Williams.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both offenses come to life here in this third. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Montez Sweat with a tackle.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
To the air goes Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Let's go.
They go play action. Daniels. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Daniels looking to throw.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
The offense on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. To throw is Daniels. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle. but they allow the conversion.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Set. Riggs. Cougar 19. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Dayo Odeyingbo getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
On the set.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Go.
Now Daniels.
He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
With that last completion, CDs now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Here's Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On play action, here's Williams.
Eluding the pressure right.
He'll get this complete downfield to Kmet.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Here's Swift.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Play action. Now Williams.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Caleb Williams.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off.
And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Hawk 70, Hawk, let's go.
Throwing is Williams.
Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bears take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Set. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Ready.
Back to throw. Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Set. Ready, ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Bears are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, let's face it, Brandon. They're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen. And if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Come on, come on.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Buffalo 18. Set go.
Williams from the gun on third down.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. He's going to let it fly.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Here we go, set. Go.
Daniels going to throw for it.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
He's to the 15.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Let's go now.
Daniels going to try and throw for it.
Forced out to his left. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts
as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's Williams.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Chicago, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
changes could be in the air as they fall to 0-8 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.